Otto Rahn was a German writer, medievalist, an SS officer, and a researcher into Grail myths. From an early age, he became fascinated by the legend of Parzival, the story which describes a knight's trying journey from ignorance to spiritual awareness through his quest for the Grail. Later, while attending university, he was inspired by Professor Baron von Gaal to study the Cathars and the massacre that occurred at Montségur, on the orders of Pope Innocent III. This is where the saying, "Kill them all and let God sort them out," comes from. It was the Pope's reply to his generals, who asked how to detect the difference between the enemy and innocent peasants in the region. In 1931, 8 years before the outbreak of World War II, Rahn travelled to the mountainous region of southern France where, aided by the French historian Antonin Gadal, he conducted his research. Through their investigations, they came to believe there was a link between the Parzival story and the Cathar Grail mystery. He believed the Cathars had held the answer, and the keys to their secrets lay hidden in the caves beneath their ruined castle. It also seemed likely this was the real reason why Pope Innocent was hell-bent on his vicious domination of the area. Rahn wrote 2 books linking Montségur and Cathars with the Grail, Crusade Against the Grail in 1933 and Lucifer's Court in 1937. After the publication of his first book, Rahn came to the attention of Himmler, the head of the SS, who was fascinated by the occult and had already initiated expeditions in southern France. Himmler first contacted Rahn by letter as an anonymous fan of his book and as a potential investor towards a sequel. He invited Rahn to return to Berlin and meet at an address to discuss proceedings. Rahn accepted and was no doubt surprised upon arriving to be greeted by Himmler himself. Through promises of future funding and unspoken but definitely felt peer pressure, Rahn joined Himmler's staff as a junior officer, then became a full member of the SS in 1936. Although he never served in a soldiering role, but more as an explorative archaeologist. The journeys for his second book led Rahn to places in Germany, France, Italy and Iceland. However, Rahn was openly gay, had begun frequenting anti-Nazi circles, and having fallen out of favor with the leadership, he was assigned guard duty at the Dachau concentration camp in 1937 as punishment for what the SS viewed as his ongoing misdemeanors. They also cruelly and correctly assumed that being forced to work at the camp would run counter to Rahn's nature and cause him mental torment. Because of this, he resigned from the SS in 1939. But as with all insane groups in history, the SS would not allow anyone to resign without consequences. The old "no one gets out alive." Soon, Rahn learned the Gestapo was after him, and he was offered the option of committing suicide. To avoid the firing squad, or worse, he vanished into hiding. But on the 13th March 1939, he was found frozen to death on a mountainside near Kufstein in Austria. His death was ruled a suicide, but many believed he was forced and kept there at gunpoint until the cold overtook him.